The US Defense Secretary calls for an immediate ceasefire in Ukraine in his first conversation with his Russian counterpart since the invasion.
Ukraine says it's aiming to arm 1 million fighters as the country prepares for a new long phase in the war against Russia. Ukraine's defense minister says his country hopes to arm 1 million fighters as it prepares for a new phase of the war against Russia.
It has now been 79 days since Ukraine was invaded, and Russian troops are intensifying their attacks in parts of the southeast of the country, which is now seeing some of the heaviest fighting, as Francis Reid reports.
Severodonetsk in the east of Ukraine. As a Russian armoured column tries to cross a river, Ukrainian artillery appears to have destroyed an entire battalion tactical group, including dozens of tanks and armoured personnel carriers. Ukrainian officials say this is the third attack in 3 days. But on the front line near Zaporizhia, the Russian assault continues to inflict heavy damage on family homes and people's lives. Shells just missed this house. Further east in Mariupol, satellite imagery shows the extent of Russia's relentless bombardment of the Azovstal steelworks. The last remaining Ukrainian fighters in this city have been here for weeks. Ukraine is still trying to get them out alive. In the Black Sea near Odessa, Russian forces continue to control the strategically important Snake Island, but they've been under attack from the air, with military equipment destroyed. Ukraine's defence minister said it's now preparing for a new, long phase of war, and it planned to arm 1 million fighters. It's as Ukraine's president claimed another 6 settlements in the Kharkiv region were restored to its control within the last day, vowing for the liberation of remaining towns and cities.
There is no other result for Russia, and there won't be. In fact, no one today can predict how long this war will last. But we are doing everything we can to liberate our land quickly. This is our priority, to work every day to make the war shorter.
But Ukraine is already seeking accountability. Its army has released 2 decks of cards showing Russians they suspect of war crimes. US forces produced something similar in its 2003 invasion of Iraq, when listing the most wanted members of Saddam Hussein's government. It comes as Ukraine starts its first war crimes trial in Kyiv. This, a 21-year-old Russian soldier appearing in the dock and accused of killing an unarmed civilian. Vadim Shishimarin faces life in prison if convicted. It's not clear how he was captured or what the nature of the evidence is against him. Russia has denied targeting civilians and made no comment on the trial. But war is still happening, and civilians near the front line continue to be forced underground. They remain defiant, and they want their home returned to them. Francis Reid, BBC News.
2 best friends who didn't want to leave Ukraine without each other have finally arrived at a new home in Somerset. Victoria and Lilia are now beginning a new life with their host, Katie. Fee Landon joined them as they met at the airport for the first time.
It's been a very long 6 weeks. Kate knows exactly who she's waiting for. She's just never met them before. Do you even know who you're looking for?
Yeah, kind of. So Lilia and Victoria.
And what do they look like?
They're quite petite with very, very black hair. And they're about my age, so they're 40s. My tummy's churning.
Then the strangers are finally united.
Hi. Super, brother.
And this is now their new home in Somerset. Just a few days ago, Lilia and Victoria were hiding in bomb shelters in Lviv. This is all they have left, packed into a few cases.
Well, there's a huge language barrier, but this phone makes things so much better. To speak in English, you press the blue button and then the phone translates to Ukrainian, and then vice versa. When they want to speak Ukrainian, they press this green button and then the phone translates what they're saying back into English.
That translation went very well.
Kate has also plastered her kitchen walls with everyday phrases.
I didn't sleep last night. It was like it's like waiting for your own family to get to safety, that you can have such strong feelings for people that you've never met, but you know they're in the most awful experience, in the most awful place. So overnight, and then just waiting for them at the airport today was just, I can't describe it. It was so emotional, and the relief when I saw them both was just, just huge relief.
It's day one. What worries do you have? Do you have any worries?
I'm worried they won't like me. I'm worried that I'll be too untidy for them. I'm worried they won't like my dog. I'm worried that, in all honesty, once they get over this initial period of settling down, that they may have quite significant trauma.
Victoria and Lilia have always been best friends. They didn't want to leave Ukraine without each other.
We are happy that today we finally arrived in England. We have been waiting for this since March 18th. Our visa's very long, dragged on, made total it took 5 weeks.
Forced to leave their sons behind, who are still on the front line. They, though, are safe and eternally grateful to Kate.
Fiona Lambden, BBC News.
Fabulous story, isn't it?